welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do this red smoky eye. I really love how this look turned out, although I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't planning on it being this dramatic. Although it's not like extremely dramatic, but it's a lot more dramatic than I had pictured it being in my head. I pictured this being like a daytime, like colorful red look, but something about this look doesn't scream take your kids to school, go grocery shopping. You know what I'm saying? Although I'm not mad at it. It's perfect if you want to go out with the girls, go out on a date night. Valentine's Day is coming up. If you want to wear the color red or some kind of smoky red look, got you, girl. A look like this is going to be perfect if you have brown eyes, just because it's really going to make them pop. The color red just always does that. If you have light brown, brown, dark brown, or hazel eyes, girl, this look is pretty easy to recreate. I'm going to be walking you guys through it very thoroughly so you guys can see how I did it. Nonetheless, I really love this look. I hope you do too, and if you want to see how to get it, then please keep watching. What was that? Please keep watching, friends.
To start off, I'm going to be picking up my hair, obviously, as you can see here. This is a really important step, and it's actually pretty overlooked. You guys have to always make sure your hair is out of your face to get that flawless makeup. I already did my brows off camera, so I'm going to go in and start with priming my face. I'm using the Too Faced Hangover RX for this. I've been loving this primer so freaking much, you guys. I'm going to be putting that all over my face, and then for foundation, I'm going in with the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation Plus Concealer. This is a really good foundation. I used it in my last video. I have so many good things to say about this foundation. If you want a full review, please give this video a thumbs up because I will do that for you guys. I will leave the shade and everything down below, but I'm going to really focus on the skin for this video. I want it to look as flawless as possible. I don't know if you guys saw, but I do have a lot of imperfections. I have a lot of pimples and I have a lot of pores, and I just have a lot of messes going on in my face. So the key here is just making sure that you're really blending it in and working in sections with your foundation. I'm buffing that into my skin and just taking my time. It takes me really long to do my foundation, but the longer it takes, the better the outcome is going to be. So I did start with foundation today, and that is pretty different for me because I normally start with the eyes, but I didn't have plans to do anything crazy on the eyes. For concealer today, I'm going in with my Maybelline Better Skin Concealer. I'm going to be putting that in triangular motions under my eyes, as you can see here. And I'm really just going to make sure I'm blending that in very well with the Beauty Blender with the pointy part, as you can see here. I said this before, but I'm really trying to focus on my skin today. I'm making sure that it's as flawless and as perfect air quotes as possible, and I'm going to be dragging some of that concealer to my eyelid area just to really start priming my eyelids for the shades that I'm going to use on my eyes today. This concealer is just really going to help hide any darkness and really just brighten up the under eye area, and the better you blend that in, the better chances you have that it will not crease on you. Set the concealer, I'm going to be going in with this setting powder from Ofra. This is supposed to be a translucent powder, but to be honest, I don't think it's translucent at all. I think you get a really bright white cast off of it, so I'm not totally a fan. If you notice here, I'm going to put more on my eyes than I am on my under eyes because I don't care if the eyes are whiter because I'm going to be covering that with eyeshadow anyways. I'm also going to be setting the rest of my face that tends to get most oily. Again, using a very light hand for the rest of my face since you can get a white cast. Going in with this Ulta Beauty palette. This actually came from a kit that was a gift to me. I'm taking the shade Starburst, which is a very light beige shade, and it's on the left hand side if you saw that. I'm going to be buffing that into my crease in windshield wiper motions and just starting off with this color as a transition before I go in with the darker shades. You obviously can use any shade of beige that you have, but this was just what I had available to me. I can't stress this enough, you guys. You always want to start with light and go up to make it a very gradual, seamless transition. Taking the shade Galaxy, which is that brown that you see in the middle there, I'm going to be taking this brush and I'm going to buff that on top of the beige that I just applied. This is going to be a little bit more precise, but nonetheless still a little bit sloppy, just to make sure I get the colors going before I go in with the darker shades. I'm going to be grabbing the Naked Smokey palette and taking the shade Dagger, which is just a cool toned charcoal shade, and I'm going to apply that on top of the colors that I've just applied. And as you can see here, I'm really avoiding the lid area because I want to put another color there. I'm just going to keep building that shade until I'm comfortable with the darkness that it has. This look definitely took a different spin because I was not expecting it to be dark at all, but this is what it turned to and I'm not mad at it. I'm going to be taking a blending brush, which is a little bit more fluffy than the one I was using, which was a little bit more precise. And I'm going to be blending all of those colors together back and forth in my crease. And I'm just making sure that they're as diffused and as airbrush looking as possible. Next, from Sleek Makeup, I'm taking this palette. This is the Hidden Gems palette from the Rockstars collection. Guys, don't sleep on Sleek Makeup. They have bomb products. I've never heard anybody talking about this. It could just be me, but let me tell you, this is a bomb eyeshadow palette. It has really good shimmers. I'm going to be taking the red shade, which you obviously saw there, and applying that to my lid. I'm just going to keep building that. I did spray some Fix Plus on my brush to really just intensify the colors. It's a really, really, really good palette, guys. I really like it. I've used it a couple times and I used a couple colors and I'm not mad at it. It's pretty pigmented and it's really inexpensive. It cost me like $8 on the Sleek Makeup site. I'm applying that to my lid, as you can see, and just really building it till I'm happy with the way it looks and just I'm happy with the shape that it has. And don't ever forget your inner corners, guys. That is so important. You want to make sure you drag that glitter or whatever you're using to your inner corners. Never neglect it, because then it just looks like an empty space right in the inner tear duct of your eye. I'm going to be taking that fluffy brush that had that charcoal color on it, and I'm just going to be blending that in my crease just to make sure the darker colors blend with the red seamlessly and it doesn't look all choppy. Very quickly, I'm just going to be tight lining my eyes with some black eyeliner, and then for lashes, I'm going to be going in with these. These are the Koko Goddess lashes. You guys know I love them. I use them very often on my channel. They're very dramatic and they make a statement, okay? I love them. I'm going to be taking my Rimmel Lash Accelerator. I'm just going to be blending my lashes with the falsies. I am skipping wing liner today. If you guys watch me, you guys have probably seen a pattern. I'm not too much of a fan of wing liner. I kind of like to skip it a lot. So this is definitely for my girls who do not like to do wing liner or who are too intimidated to do it. I got you, all right? We can do some good looks without the wing. I'm going to run some black eyeliner on my waterline, and then to continue to smoke out the lower lash line area, I'm taking that charcoal color from the Naked Smokey palette, and I'm going to be putting that tightly on my lower lash line, and then I'm just going to blend that out. I'm also going to add a little bit of the red just to give it a little bit more color on the lower lash line area. After I'm done smoking out the lower lash line, I'm just going to run some mascara on my lower lashes. I'm going to be using the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. I love this mascara for my lower lashes. I'm pretty sure everybody does. It just has a really light wand and it's almost foolproof. Like you can't go wrong with this mascara for your lower lash area. And it doesn't transfer, which is awesome. Do not get any mascara on your nose like I did. Girl, just don't do it. But if you happen to do it, then you just have to wait for it to dry, take a brush, dust it off, and it's all good. For bronzing, I'm going to be taking this Temptu Bronzer. This came in my BoxyCharm a couple months ago, and I didn't use it that much, but I'm using it more now. It's just a liquidy bronzer. I'm going to be running that on my cheeks to contour, as you can see, and I'm going to be blending that out with my beauty blender. Take your time with this step. If you guys want a contour routine, give this video a thumbs up and I will do that. To set the contour, I'm taking the Kat Von D contour kit, and I'm going to be taking the shade in the middle and the shade to the left, and I'm just really going to set that. And then I'm just going to be contouring my nose, which I don't do too often, but I felt like I needed it today for some odd reason. I'm going to be using the middle shade from the Kat Von D palette, which is just a little bit more of an ashier brown. You want to use something ashy and not too warm, just because that's going to help create the shades and really help contour your nose, essentially. Like I said, I'm really focusing on the skin for this video. I don't want too much highlight, surprise, surprise. I'm just going to be doing something very subtle. I'm taking the Colourpop Wisp highlighter, which is definitely a little bit more subtle. It is a little bit more of a liquidy, kind of like a moussey to the touch texture. It's not a powder highlighter at all, but I really like it for the days that I want to use something very subtle. I'm going to be going in with this lip liner from Ulta. I will leave the shade listed down below, but it's definitely a very like rustic, kind of like red. It matches with the eyes, which I kind of wanted to do like a matchy lip eye thing. And for the liquid lipstick, I'm going in with NYX Lingerie in the shade Exotic. That completes this look, guys. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. I appreciate you so much. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!